coming off the road trip, you guys get a couple at home now. How do you want to see this homestand start?
Yeah, obviously, I feel like we played some decent hockey on the road. Obviously, would have wanted to come up with a little bit more points, but still decent. And then, yeah, I think always we want to play well at home, and obviously we're playing some good teams. But yeah, excited to get going.
What do you guys need to do to clean things up in your own zone a little bit at the moment?
I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff, but I think we had some good video meetings and good practice yesterday. So I think we worked on a bunch of stuff. But I think it's just a lot of communication and kind of sorting out who's playing who. But I think, yeah, like I said, I feel like we had a really good video meeting yesterday about that. So I think we'll be better at that.
How important is that practice time for honing in some of those details? Obviously, you guys haven't had a lot of it yet this year.
Yeah, definitely. You can see sometimes you're just playing so many times, and we've had to kind of use morning skates to kind of be team practices. But yeah, it's so good to have a couple days and have a day off and have a practice day to kind of reload, but also to practice and get touches. Obviously, if you're just playing games and especially like a player like me, I mean, I don't touch the puck a whole lot during the game, so you got to work on your skill in practices to kind of, because you can still get a chance to have a game where you get more touches to be just ready for that.
You're good in the circle. You're playing against a team that's got a lot of offense. There's been a lot of focus on how you play without the puck. How vital is it tonight that your line is a good two-way line that could maybe shut down a team that's really been lightening it up of late?
Yeah, I mean it's a really good team, like you said, and they got a lot of offense, I feel like, but I think I feel like we won last time, so I think I feel like we know how to play against them, and yeah, we'll be ready. But they got so much offensive power, so we're gonna have to play really good defense.
Is there a way to stop Rantanen when he comes off the wall? Can you get him through the neutral zone? He's quite a bull.
Yeah, I mean, really strong guy. But yeah, I think you got enough numbers down there. I mean, it's always gonna be hard, and I feel like for an offensive team like that, we have enough guys under the puck, and we're not giving automatic rushes. They're gonna get frustrated. So I feel like that works against anyone. But like you said, I mean, really good player.
You're talking about the condensed schedule, and you just mentioned the lack of practice time. Have you noticed any other effects on the team or your body with this compressed schedule and the travel the way things are right now?
Yeah, well, I guess I haven't been in this league enough to kind of know what it's been like before, but so it's hard to say. But I mean, for sure it's different than the American League, but yeah, I think every individual has to be really mindful when to practice and when to try to take time off. Or like I said, for me as a young guy, I mean, you still want to do that, all the extra stuff and try to get better, and not just, obviously recovery is so important, but know when to train but yeah, it's been hard, but I feel like we're doing a great job managing it.
Coming off this road trip, we were just talking to Aatu about it, and he said there was some good hockey you guys played. Obviously not as many points as you would have liked, but looking back at it, how do you want to maybe start this homestand then?
Yeah, we won all the points, right? And what I take out of it was you're playing, I think I touched on it a little bit yesterday, was 3 different teams, but really good experienced playoff teams. And you learn a lot from it, and you learn how to play against different systems, and guys get more touches in situations they're not used to being in, and that's the best way to learn. So, we're resilient, and you saw it, and our veterans are being really resilient and helping the young guys, and I really like how that's happening. And we move on to the next day, and it's a process, to get prepared with a new team coming in like this team and understand what they're going to try to do to us tonight, and to actually play our game as well, play fast, but continue being aware of their strengths and staying connected when things get a little tight or swayed. You saw we were up 2-0, and we kind of got off a little bit of our neutral zone. We're a little bit more hesitant and not playing our game. And I think we try to touch on that and learn from that and move on to the next challenge, and that's tonight against a good, heavy team. So we'll be aware of their strengths.
The league is full of great players, obviously, but when you get a guy like Jason Robertson coming in here that's just got nuclear in the last week or so, do you have to pay special attention to a player like that?
Well, he's a good player with time and space and room, and they've got a good neutral zone. We went over it this morning where they're trying to spring guys on entries and give them a little bit more space, and we have to be aware of it and play it strong as a unit, not necessarily pay attention to one guy. Like, I believe Hintz with his speed creates a lot of that stuff for a lot of people on that team, where he's a guy that he's trying to get speed on you if you're going to that outside player and Hintz is coming down with speed and you're not backed up, you might want to take the speed away and let the outside player touch it, and then our guys from behind will catch it. Things like that. So yeah, he's good, but so's Rantanen. Like they're deep and they're an offensive deep team, and we know that. So yeah, we're aware of his strengths and all of them, and we have a game plan, or always try to put one in place where we defend it well.
21 games in, Adam, how would you assess your team's performance to date?
Well, there's times where you think we could have had that game or had a couple more points, or we let that one slide. But you got to look at the positives where, we were put in situations where we're banged up. And, one thing I've been played with some good leaders that said, no excuses. You just move on to the next man up and you keep playing. And it's true. You win or you lose, right? But we're in a situation where once we start getting these guys back, there's players that have gotten touches and have grown a lot in a spot they might not have been ready to match up against, being young, and it's just going to make us stronger and have depth. So you just keep moving forward, and there's no choice except to go out, teach, play, get ready for the next one. And I guess I love the resilience of these guys, and you try to focus on what we've done well and keep growing.
You talk about the resilience and the effort, obviously a big positive with this team. Defensively, though, there have been some issues. Is it a case sometimes where there has to be more trust? And what I mean by that, you have guys maybe trying to do too much, vacating their responsibility to try to help a teammate?
You nailed it. I mean, I hate to bring it back when I played. No one likes to hear that part, especially players of today, but I went to Columbus, and they weren't where Colorado was when I left. The Colorado, I got to play with a core group that was together for so long, and you look at a core group like Tampa, the young guys get in, and 6-7 guys that have been there forever. They introduce that system to you just by how they do it, right? And I went over to a loose team that was trying to figure out how to win. 10 teams have it figured out, 10 are on their way, 10 aren't on their way, right? They're in different situations of, their teams. And, I was early when I shouldn't have been there, and then I was playing on pause because of the trust factor. And I think that happens at times with us where you see guys will double up when it's not a double up situation, and they get themselves 2-on-1, and you leave that pass to the net open. It's happened. And that is exactly what you said. You get caught sometimes in a situation where you're too early or you're too late. You're not playing because you're lacking a little bit of trust. And that's something we continue to touch on. We had a real deep meeting on it yesterday, a real good interaction meeting with the guys about our D zone. Like we're there, but then if one guy doesn't stop psycho, we're going to help him too early instead of letting him get back on that defending with that one-on-one, things like that. So just continuous teaching and growth. And, it's there. I look at a lot of the good things that we do and try to show them that, as well. And that's what you do in these situations. You just keep every day working at it.
What's a veteran like McEachran showing you, Adam, in terms of a guy who can be in the lineup, be out of lineup, a veteran guy's been around and kind of gets it on different levels?
He's stiff. He's a little bit older. He's been in situations before. He's hard on pucks on the walls. He's got more experience, right? So it's just logical. And what he's showing is what I like about him, and it's so hard and for young guys, and not our young guys, but I mean in general, probably anything in life where you come in and you might have 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 10, and you're the same player. And some guys can do that sooner than others, where all these players, not just ours, but in the league and sports, they've been studs or stars where they came from their junior or college, and all of a sudden they're playing 8 minutes or 5 or 6. Right. And then it's hard for them to have that mojo or find it. But a guy like McEachran doesn't get swayed with the next shift. He's older, he's used to it. Part of it is just his personality, his demeanor. He's ready for whatever he gets, so it's reliable, dependable, predictable. But he's hard on pucks too, on walls and things like that. So, he's earned it and deserved it, and especially the situation we're in.
Is he earned that trust factor, even a short shift here, knowing that you've had so many injuries and given that he might be an option for you? Oh yeah. Like
he's just what I explained is he's earned it. But coaches, you want predictability, and he, like I said, I know some players in the league, other players in the league, you like them. They can play 15 minutes as a defenseman, but if he gets 10, he's not going to be effective. And you see it happen, and those are the guys you like, you know. And the young guys, most of them will learn that. And some can't, not our team, but in general, you can't stay in the league because you can't, you know, you'll play better when you get 18 minutes. Right, well, that's society too. I'm not going to get into that.
With Petey, he's finally getting rewarded with some points, but what are you seeing from him in terms of just his complete game that might be finally resulting in points?
Well, he's been, like, our coach has done a great job with him. He's super coachable. Like, he, you know, at times when he's had a hard matchup or the back-to-backs, defending, he might want to play off guys a little bit. But he's learning and being coachable to get into guys and trust his speed, trust his angles, and defend well. I like how he's not blinked an eye of the hard matchup. I think he enjoys it, or what's been asked of him to take more D draws than probably we would want him to. But we need that to happen right now, and now we got Camp, a good draw man, so maybe Pete will have less. But I just like his demeanor every day. He's coming to work, and it's paying off. He looked like the last 2 goals he got, like especially that last one, it looked like he had some confidence in the way he snapped it up that hard and fast. I was like, when it first happened, I'm like that was pretty impressive. I'm like, that was, you know, it was cool. Like, you know, I couldn't do it, that's for sure.
Coach, Bluger was on the ice.
Sorry?
Bluger on the ice today. What's his status?
Yeah, he's joined us now, so he's got the red jersey on, and hopefully in a couple of days that'll be off. And you know, he's missed some time, so as far as how long before he's conditioned, remains to be seen, but hopefully it's not too long. I know he'll go on that next road trip with us, so maybe we'll see him at the end of it, maybe we won't.
As you've had a lot of ups and downs this season,
Sorry.
As you've had a lot of ups and downs this season, a player who's been very steady for you is Filip Hronek. What have you seen from him this season in terms of his underlying, his goals against is very good. How is he making that happen this season?
He's always been a competitor, compete, wants to do things right. He's been a sponge, and I think he's matured so much as a player and a man that great leader, that he's absorbing information, he's applying it, he's really focused on his game. When he came back from that injury, last year he had a couple bumps there, and he just seems like just matured and a great leader. Like, he's playing solid, he's helping the young guys, he's fun to be around. He's resilient, so it's a good question because it's real. He's been playing well.
He doesn't communicate a lot with us, but I understand he communicates. I understand he communicates very well with his teammates, whether on the bench or on the ice.
He does it. He's a great teammate, and he's always talking and being helpful and communicating, like you said. Signs of great leadership there, and it's what we need.
Langton in goal tonight,
Langston's in, yep.
and Garland is good to go.
Garland's good to go.
So is it you going to line up the way you practiced yesterday? Is that
Start that way, yep. Yeah.